Good day to you people. This is Ted the Atheist. This video is a little bit late. I apologize. I procrastinated on the whole, transferring the video, and then, I procrastinated trying to use Sony Vegas and getting all the crap edited out and stuff, and so I'm doing it myself. And yeah, I'm into IT. I fix computers and such, but I don't really look forward to actually using some of the applications. So anyways, I just went down to the Women's March thing that was here in downtown LA, and I just tried to ask a few women there why they're there and what they're concerned about. Now, if men held these rallies or something, and we went down and we wanted to be heard, you'd be damn sure that we would be there with something to say and something to talk about. At least I would, and I would think other people would as well. I mean, would there be men who just went just for the fuck of it? I would have to say it would be much lower percentage than what I've seen out there that day. And I only have a few interviews. I took quite a few more, but I chopped down a little bit. But it's pretty much all the same, If I went there and I was like, hey, if they were like, hey, what kind of issues are men facing? I talk about them, like, well, I'm having this issue with, child support or alimony or child custody, or funding for prostate cancer is not as high as breast cancer, and I can go on so many things. I mean, just go to realsexism.com and you can see the litany of all the laundry list of the disparity between the sexes. So I went down there and I tried to ask them some questions, and they just brushed me off. At the moment that some of them realized that I might not be their buddy, like I'm not there to support the movement and glorify it, then they just didn't want to talk to me anymore. It's like, shouldn't the people you want to be talking to are the people who don't agree with you, who you want them to know what you're there for? I would think so, but no, that's not the case. Like this one, I really want to talk about reproduction there, but I only found one woman who I really had to push it to get it out, because they don't talk to you for very long. They just don't. So I talked to this one lady about reproduction. I'm like, hey, you know what I should have done? I should have made my own sign. I should have done that. I should have bought a video camera and mounted it on my shoulder or my jacket or something, and just went around. Next year I'm going to do that if I'm still here. I should still be here. But next Women's March, I'm going to wear a sign about men's reproductive rights and how we need to be able to have a say in whether we want to be a parent or not. And not that we force women to have abortions, but we should be able to have a financial abortion. And if we don't want to have a child, we shouldn't be forced into slavery for 21 years of our lives. And that is a real issue. That is a real serious issue, and that's something that's not addressed. It's not addressed because men are too busy working and they don't whine as much as, and maybe we should. We're trying hard to get our voices heard, but feminism is very well funded. But feminism is all about superiority and making women higher or stronger, or it's not about equality. Some of them will tell you it's about equality, but it's not about equality. Because if it was about equality, they would be there talking, well, yeah, women need to make sure they retain reproductive rights, but men don't have any reproductive rights. So let's talk about that. Let's make that an issue. Why are men being forced into parenthood? Why are they being forced into some slavery where they got to pay something off, and if they lose a job, they're not able to, cut down on the payments, or renegotiate if they get a lower paying job. Why are men being thrown in jail for not being able to pay? while women, if they can't pay, they're just given a free apartment or free food, or men, they're just thrown in jail. And that's not right. I mean, why, if these women at these marches or whatever, these other feminists, wherever, they'll tell you that it's about everybody. They're about men and women. Well, then support men and women. Don't just support women all the time. But that's all you're going to do, because that's the third wave feminist narrative. That's the agenda. You don't care about equal rights, guys. You ladies don't care. You don't give a crap. You only care about, how can we make women more special? How can I have more power? How can I do more things? I like having power. Why are they like this? I don't know. There's some theories out there. Since men are really the creators and women are really more so the consumers, I guess they see men as having more abilities and doing more, and they just can't get out of their head that the disparity between what both genders offer. And men and women offer society different things in different ways, and they're both beneficial, but we shouldn't concentrate on just the differences the things that we offer. We should look at, do we have an equal playing field? Are we both being able to do the same thing? And we're not. Why are men serving 60-something% more jail time for the same crime than women? This guy in the video, excuse me, that you're about to see, he tries to argue, well, men do more stuff than women. I'm like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man doing the same crime, doing more time. That's what I'm talking about. He shouldn't do more time because there are other men that do other crimes. Nothing to do with it. He's his own person. So this guy he wasn't making sense, and you'll see that in the video. And I'm just asking people, when I talk to them, whether it's a preacher or a feminist or a cuck like him, I'm just asking them to be reasonable. When you have something to say, come back at me with something that makes effing sense. So, I can talk about alimony, why men pay so much more alimony than women, why we have to pay any at all anymore. I think alimony should be demolished. I think child support should be demolished as well, unless the man wanted the child, of course. But if you demolish child support to where the man doesn't have to pay if he didn't want it, you're going to see a lot less pregnancies, a lot less births than you do today. I'll tell you right now. You want to cut down the population? Stop the effing funding. Stop the raping of men in courts. That will stop it. So one other thing I've noticed is that feminists pretend that men have no issues, and I don't understand. What, you can only say that if you have no idea what's going on in the world. Like, if you only read feminist websites, if you only talk to other feminists, if you just close your ears to anything that has to do with women, if you dismiss anything that has to do with men right away without processing it, then I can understand you thinking men have no issues, because you're not listening. You're not listening, but we do have lots of issues. I didn't make that real sexism site, but I read it, and it's pretty spot on, and it's pretty accurate on a lot of its assertions. So do yourself a favor, visit it, and do your own homework, ladies, because I'm sick and tired of these. I like the Atheists United that's here in Los Angeles, but they sponsored or supported the Women's March. And I'm like, I wrote them, I'm like, hey, why are we supporting the Women's March? Why are we doing that? When you go there, you just get bashed. They just bash men, and they talk about things that are irrelevant. They don't even know why they're there. They don't have any real issues. Oh, do you want to know what that guy, you'll see in the video, you want to know, he had 2 examples. Like, I was waiting for someone to give an example of oppression or something that women are facing that's an issue. I was waiting for it. And he had 2 examples. One, women being sexually assaulted in the workplace. Like last time I checked, that's illegal. And people get fired. Hell, you can get fired just for asking a girl to lunch. I mean, yeah, I don't see how that's an epidemic. I don't see how that's a big problem. And then he says, oh, and then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then women can walk down the street and men just doing whatever or something. I'm like, doing whatever? What? Like catcalling? Like saying, hey, you look great, or hey, sexy? Like that's an issue? No. If men's, okay, I'll just speak for myself at the moment. If my biggest concern as a man is to be worried about being called sexy or catcalled down the street, I'll take that over being made to pay child support for a child I never wanted, or alimony to someone who should be able to get their own effing job, or some equality in the courts and family courts, and the laundry list of other issues that men face. Women have it easy in Western society. You really do. All you women, you have it easy. You have rights. You have more than us. But you sit there and you close your eyes, you close your ears, your eyes, and you just pretend that men just have it all. Oh, they have all the high-powered jobs. Well, that's because we're willing to put in more work. You know what it takes to be a CEO? Do you know what it takes to run your own business? And yeah, it's just not easy. We're making all the money. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'll try to wrap this up. Sorry if this is a little bit long of a babbling. I usually don't do vlogs. So I just thought I would attach this to the beginning of my video. And then you guys can watch me with these people. So, peace. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll try to find some preachers, but I don't know. I'm trying to find a good wearable camera for my chest and my shoulder or something. I don't know. If you guys have any ideas what I can use, please put comments down in the comment section. Cool. Peace. Ask you about your sign. Oh, you can't. What's that? No? What does I believe you mean? You're not going to tell me? So your face is covered in something called rape, and I believe you. Does that mean you believe everyone who says they've been raped, they're telling the truth?
Are you trying to harass her, or are you trying to help the movement?
Am I trying to harass her? I'm asking her about her sign.
She has a mouth.
What's that?
She can't talk. That's the whole point.
Well, she can talk, but she can nod her head too.
To be on your video. Thank you so much for putting this on. It was so wonderful. Roll away, roll away.
My body, my choice. So it seems to be a little bit of a mismatch of different things they're trying to convey.
Have you ever heard of that? Right now, in America, according to the
Not very hospitable, are they? They're out here to talk, but they're out here to convey a message, but what's the message about? I don't know. They will tell you if you ask them questions. How you doing? Can I ask you about your sign? Okay. It says, our voices will not be silenced. What does that mean to you?
It means we can't have the government taking away our votes.
Your votes?
The popular vote won.
Oh, the popular vote? Okay.
And we should have a president that respects the populace.
Respect the populace. Okay, well, I understand the popular vote thing. I know Trump didn't win by popular vote. What do you mean by respect the populace? What is that? What's that?
I didn't come
To be questioned? I thought people came here to, you know, give a message. I guess somebody else who comes here and wants to be heard but has nothing to say. This is becoming a little difficult here. They all came to be heard. How you doing? Can I ask you about your sign?
Okay.
You said this is my resisting bitch face. What is that referring to?
The resistance. This is how I'm resisting.
What are you resisting?
Donald Trump.
So
Old white men deciding what women should do.
did you say white men decide?
Old white men.
All white men? All white men.
Yes.
Ah. What you should do about what?
Passing laws that affect women. They want a woman to pay more in health insurance than a man.
Oh. What's their logic in that?
We might need more health care because having a child apparently makes us a pre-existing condition.
Do you think that therefore you do require more health care because of that?
No. I'm willing to pay for your prostate. You should be willing to pay for my uterus.
Ah, I see. Okay, thank you. This is really boring. Stupid. Nobody knows why they're here, or they think they know why they're here, but they don't want to discuss it. So why the hell are they here? They are here because they want to be heard, but they don't want to be questioned. They don't want to explain. I would think if I was going to go somewhere and want to be heard, and someone asked me questions and I was going to go online, that I would want to explain myself so that I can make sense. Let's try this. Hey, how you doing? Can I ask you about your sign? Can I ask you about your sign? All right, let's see. It says a revolutionary woman can't have no reacting man. Reactionary man. Is this about Trump, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think it's about allies.
About what?
About having male allies.
Male allies?
Being part of the movement, yeah.
The movement. What is the movement to you? What is the reason for being here today? What is it?
What is this? What are you recording?
Oh, it's just YouTube channel of mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is about standing up for human dignity.
Human dignity?
Yeah.
So even though it's a women's march, you feel that it's inclusive of everyone.
It should be inclusive for everybody. We're all humans on this planet, right?
That is true.
We're the same species, but there are differentiators that oppress people, and if there are groups of people that are oppressed,
Do you feel women are oppressed?
Absolutely.
More than men?
Yes.
In what way?
The fact that I have to explain that I feel oppressed to a man is a form of oppression that I...
Asking why you feel oppressed is a form of oppression?
It's not a form of oppression, it's just the ignorance that we as a society continue to just oblige by.
Like what ignorance? Like what am I not in the know about?
I think there are enough sources where you could learn the stuff that you don't know. I'm trying to
understand, but you guys should, why you're here and why you're being brought. I just want to know for myself. I mean, I can't look it up if I don't know what to look up.
Well, you could look up the rates at which women are sexually abused at work. I mean, there's
sexually
so much
abused. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's.
Do you think that's a big problem?
You don't?
Do you think people get punished for it?
I think now we're in a moment where we're seeing a lot more consequences
Okay.
for behavior that in the past was not reprimanded at all.
Do you feel that there are any women accusing men of any type of sexual harassment or anything that are therefore punished without any evidence?
I think that's a very small problem
You do?
compared to
Okay.
the issue, because what you're talking about is, oh my God, there's one or two guys that are being falsely accused.
Actually, there's a lot of guys who are falsely accused
It sounds like
quite
your
often.
equals, if what you're trying to get out of this is something that validates your point, which is women are just speaking up for no reason. And we're at a turning point now where we're all here for the same reason. We want our voices heard. We're not happy with our current administration.
I understand. I mean, Trump is a
way
train wreck. I mean, I'll agree with you on there. I mean, I don't like the guy at all. I'm just trying to understand all the reasons why some people are here, and I've been asking various people, and you know, they say oppression or like you, or they say, you know, inequality, and I'm just trying to get a sense of what specifically, exactly.
I think the best place to start is to look at your position in society. Think about the privileges that you have and don't
The
have.
privileges I have.
Well, the thing is,
what privileges would I have?
You're not going to understand this kind of stuff until you have real open discussion with the women in your life. So talk.
But that's why I'm asking her.
Well, this is the thing: is we're strangers.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I know you're
We're
not.
not going to get to a deep level of understanding in a 2-second conversation where you have a camera on.
Well, that's why you're
going to get to there. The thing is, I was ignorant to a lot of these things. Talking to her, talking to other women, real deep conversations. You understand different perspectives. You understand, holy shit, you're going through. I never thought of it that way because I'm going through life with this lens. You're going through life with a completely different lens. So talking to the women in your life, whether it's your mom, sisters, girlfriend, whatever, your friends, neighbors, having real deep conversations will help you understand, okay, the way I've been looking at things is one way that the world is. But there are many different perspectives.
Deep conversations are great, but you have to have an understanding of what you're talking first before you get to a deep conversation, which is why I'm trying to get the surface of what it is you guys are here for. By oppression, do you feel that you have less rights than a man?
The thing is, what you're talking about is like you're trying to go by the letter of the law and be like, well, look, everybody is exactly equal. You're completely ignoring the societal stuff that goes into it. Well, the fact that women weren't in the workplace, 40, 50 years ago.
Okay.
There's going to be systemic
I'm all
things
for
that hold them back from progressing. When you think about it, men have had hundreds of years.
I'm all for feminism first and second wave, but the current feminism third wave, how applicable is it to today's society?
I mean, I don't know, because I don't care about that stuff. I'm talking about on a human level, it doesn't make sense for women to go through life worried about, being assaulted at work, being, assaulted on the street, walking down the street, having guys follow them, do all this shit. At the end of the day...
Do you really think that is as important as the inequalities that men face today?
I don't know what inequalities...
You don't know?
I don't understand what you're
That's the thing. As a man, I don't feel marginalized. I don't
do you know
feel
that men...
there's anything against me as a man.
Do you know that men serve 63% more jail time than a woman for the same crime?
Do you know that men are biologically more violent, more sexual predatory?
Does that mean we should give them more jail time for the same crime?
No, but if you're looking at straight up statistics, you're like, why are men going to jail for more time? Because men are doing more shit. Men are doing more violent stuff.
That you're bringing up. I'm curious about statistic. Are you thinking of all men? Are you thinking about the policies that are in place for mass incarceration against black and brown men within?
I'm just talking about men versus women in my example right there.
Yeah, but you're bringing up stats that just validate your point of view, and you're not.
Well, they substantiate, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but it doesn't take into consideration the biology. Men are more violent by nature.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that they should serve more jail time for the same crime.
It does. It does mean they should serve more jail time because they're doing it at higher rates. Not that if you look at a case-by-case basis, this person deserves that person deserves that.
Okay.
When you look at the stats as a whole, why are there these trends?
Okay.
There are these trends because biologically men do these things.
One more question. Are you concerned about women's reproductive rights? Is that another reason why you're here?
Yeah, I'm concerned about all of it.
You are?
Yeah, and
okay.
I'm concerned too that the way in which you're asking questions is leading toward, yeah, exactly. No,
Do-
let's go.
do you-
Thank you. I gotta
Dude,
go.
talk to people
But
in your life.
that is my last question. It's my
Yeah,
last
but
question.
The thing is,
Are you aware that men?
Let's go.
Are you aware that men don't have? Are you aware that men don't have any reproductive rights?
dude, this is
Are you aware of that?
what you should.
Counterproductive to this conversation.
What?
This is counterproductive.
I know. Listen to me.
Not a productive conversation.
Hey, so this is what you should do. Talk to the women in your life. Don't
I am.
talk to
There's a woman
strangers.
right here.
No,
To the
she's
women in
a
your life.
stranger.
You're in my life, and you're like
Dude.
feet from me.
Dude,
No.
she's a stranger to you.
It doesn't matter if she's a stranger to
It
me.
does matter. Because,
How does it matter?
Because you're coming out here for your YouTube channel so that
Sure.
your viewers can be like, oh, this totally validates our point of view. Talk to the people.
That's why
that
you
can
ask
actually have an
questions.
effect on your life. You're not going to
Anything anyone says,
anyone
can have an effect on someone else's life. It's about gathering information. It's about gathering information. You cuck. What a cuck. All right. Had a talk with a cop there real quick. He seemed pretty happy to listen to me. So yeah, I want to show you guys my new gadget. There you go, right there. My M Super V3 S Plus. Anyway, so I'm going faster than this lady right here. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, these feminists, they don't want to talk. They don't want to. They don't have a conversation. They don't want to be heard. Well, they want to be heard, but only in their own way. So, you know, I know I usually bring this God stuff to you, and there were some crazy God people there with the microphone and stuff, but we were in a position to have any dialogue with them. So I left it be. But you know, this is another controversial issue. You know, I'm all for women's rights, but it has to be reasonable. And none of the women I'm trying to talk to were trying to be reasonable about it. So why the hell are they out here? They're out here because they want something to do, and it has the word woman in it. That's it. I mean, that's it. That's all. I mean, they might have a talking point that they care about, but when it comes to discussion, they don't really have much meat to discuss. So, hope you guys enjoy that little crap. Try to find some more preachers, but who knows. Peace. Logic. Yeah, Dusty, I stole it from you.